what makes it dramatically different when I look at the program is the fact that it's unique in the expertise that it brings to the table. When I've worked with other programs, it's really a general base and kind of those individual general staff, what are we looking for? When I bring someone from the expertise hub, I know that we've got that expertise. There's specific pieces that we're looking for. And a mentor, as my part, and a mentee bring that to the table to the employer. So it's really prominent in the professional space. I think that that's the piece that I really admire most, is the fact that when I'm bringing those opportunities to the employers that I know, that for the employees in that mentorship program, it's really the expertise that I think moves forward and sets us apart from the other programs that are out there for sure. Yeah, from a mentee's perspective, I think that when I look at it holistically, for me, it's not just about their job. It's not just about the career. It's how do I bring them into the community? How do I entrench them within the organization to know that they're going to be successful? Because when they're successful, the organization is successful, which makes the program successful. So it's really about how do I get them so that they love what they do, which I'm passionate about, but then on top of that, on the outside of that organization, so outside of their career, what can I do to involve them in other things that they enjoy outside of their personal career? So whether that means introducing them to people in the sports community, whether it's faith-based, whatever that looks like, what other connections do I have to make sure that they're in a place that makes this feel like home? And so as much as Expertise Hub focuses on that holistic approach and wanting to make sure that their members are embedded within a community, that's really my goal as well. I think the biggest one that I remember is from a mentee that I had that was looking for work. So they had recently left the occupation they were in and was looking for something that was more inspiring to them and more focused around what they knew and their knowledge. So we spent some time and I did some introductions to some organizations that I know and got to know the mentee even more and kind of provided that feedback to them, because I think in the direction that they were looking to go, I don't think that they were aware of other opportunities that were available in the market that may have interested them more. So I think that that's the biggest piece that I've taken away, and my biggest success story is not just necessarily focusing on, let's use technology as the example. Absolutely love technology, but on the other side, if your passion is just necessarily being with people from a customer service perspective, from helping people and helping organizations, maybe it doesn't necessarily always need to be technology focused. Maybe we look at using those skills in other industries that can use your talents as well. And I think that that's the biggest piece. So when I look at an example of what's went really well as a mentee that I was able to take from that exact same scenario and say, that was looking to get into technology, and I said, I've got some other organizations that can use your talents in other ways with that background to be able to help make them successful. And he's now in a role that he's extremely successful. He's career growth through those roles and within the organization. And it's been a huge success for both the organization and him as one of the members as well. I think the biggest piece, and I'll go back to kind of my last answer, when I go think about the biggest opportunity that we have within Expertise Hub is really focusing on how do we make them successful within the community? How do we build that opportunity to take not only their expertise within their field, but also making sure that they feel welcome, that they're finding a place, that they're finding some opportunity, even outside organizations. Being part of a community, I use the word entrench, but it really is becoming part of something that's greater than just your work alone. I love what I do, and I know my mentees that I get in front of organizations love what they do as well. But at the end of the day, it's really about a holistic piece and what do we do in our lives that makes a difference. And so by building into the community and finding things that are outside that organization, not only, again, that opportunity to help them build connections, but find those opportunities to build their community as well. To be honest with you, as the mentor, has gained much more than the mentees. I think for me, it's getting to know people. I love being in the community, getting to know people, getting to get an idea of different things that are out there for other people to do as well. I think it brings two aspects that I love together. I think it brings individuals, so humans, and that empathy and that element of knowing where they've been in their lives, to that organizational piece and the structure. So bringing those two elements together and then really focusing on the community piece has been a huge part for me. Love it, near and dear to my heart, have fun with it every time. And that shows to both my mentees and the organizations for the opportunities that we bring, for sure. I think for me, the biggest opportunity is in two directions. For me, it's been personal growth. And then the other piece that I would say is that bringing together two parts of the organization. I think that if we look at it, it gives us the opportunity, and the biggest opportunity for us as mentors is to understand where people have been, whether that's through empathy and figuring out where they want to go in their lives. And then if we look at the organizations and the people that we're going to introduce our mentees to, enriching their lives as well. So I think that as the person in the middle, we have a huge opportunity to not only build ourselves up, but build two other pieces up as well. So I think that that's anybody who's looking to do it. When we look at those of us that have been born and raised within Canada, we are honored and privileged. And when I think about those other lessons that I've learned and other stories, it's helped me understand where others maybe haven't had that same privilege, and helping build that piece. And personally has grown me on from a personal basis as well. For me, it's first of all, thank you to the mentees that we get. It takes a lot to step up and look for a mentor and be vulnerable to ask those questions that they ask and ask for support. All of us have that opportunity. Sometimes it's a challenge for us to sometimes step up and say, I need help. As a mentee, they have to do that piece and step in and understand that part of it. The other part is that as mentors, it really does help us grow. And no matter what we're doing and what level we're at and what age we're at the end of the day, we all have something to learn. And it's our responsibility, I would say, to be part of an organization that helps grow people, whether that's through your employer or whether that's you individually. Bringing those two things together is really, really important. So thank you to the mentees are the most important thank you I have for being vulnerable and being in front of those organizations and connections that we bring you in front of, and asking those questions are really, really important.